and I heard the word CPU. Your wonderful clerk, Sheldon. Okay, she gave me another task. But ironically enough, I was in the office yesterday along doing everything else, farmers market and running back forth. So I talked to our OIC, and we had some interesting news on that we are going to create a CPU, which means, I'm sorry, acronyms, Contract Postal Unit. We're going to work very, very hard to make that happen. It will be a model as a sister station for Park Forest Post Office. It will appear as a post office because she gave me some enlightening information also that right now all our 67 companies back there in Industrial Park, they can come and have packages here instead of sending them to Monique. They're getting all of the revenue. And we're talking big money. And that money, once we have a station, we can kind of put a letter of forcefulness, can I say? To say, you will use this station because you're on our land. So that's another enhancement, and that's revenue that we should be getting. That's the reason, another reason for getting the zip code and our ownership. No longer will Park Forest take our account for our people, it will be ours. And at this time, I'd like to introduce to you Ms. Natasha Wesley from the United States Post Office.
Thank you. All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning. As Vivian said, my name is Natasha Wesley. I am does anyone know what OIC means? I am the officer in charge of the Park Forest Post Office. An officer in charge is one who fills in for a postmaster when there isn't one available. So I have assumed the responsibilities of the postmaster. Most of you probably know that Park Forest Post Office not only delivers to the residents and businesses of Park Forest, but also University Park as well as Richmond Park. University Park has always shared a zip code with Park Forest. So I'm honored to be able to stand here today and join you guys in celebrating the independence of University Park's new zip code 60484. As someone said, it has been a long time coming. Now I do want to share with you guys that changing the zip code is not a very easy task. So I'm going to take a little bit of your time, just give you a little background on the zip code as it relates to the United States Postal Service. So when we postmasters or OIC tell you guys it takes an act of Congress, we literally mean it takes an act of Congress. The Postal Service began dividing large cities into delivery zones in 1943, inserting 2 digits between the city and the state of the lower address line. And does anybody remember that? Because that was long before my time. In 1963, the whole country was divided into 5-digit postal delivery codes, termed zip codes, by post office, that corresponded to the post offices where final sorting of mail was done and from which letter carriers were dispatched to make deliveries. The term itself, originally trademarked and always capitalized, was an acronym for, does anyone know what ZIP stands for? Zoning Improvement Plan. That's where the term ZIP came from. Ever since the zip code system for identifying address locations was devised in the 1960s, some citizens have wanted to change the zip code to which their addresses are assigned. Because zip codes are often not aligned with municipal boundaries, some customers may have mailing addresses in neighboring jurisdictions. This can cause higher insurance rates, confusion in voter registration, misdirected property and sales tax revenues for municipalities and property value effects. Because the zip code is the cornerstone for the United States Postal Service's mail system, the Postal Service resisted changing zip codes for any reason other than to improve the efficiency of mail delivery. And someone said this created frustrated citizens who turned to members of Congress for assistance in altering zip code boundaries. The Postal Service has since developed a more flexible attitude and created a zip code boundary review process that promises reasonable effort. So with this being said, the effort was made, and with the assistance of all who were involved, village trustee Ms. Covington, Congressman Danny Davis, and all others, the mission was accomplished. So congratulations to the citizens of University Park and your accomplishment of establishing your very own zip code. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. At this time, we will ask our representative, Congressional Congress District Council, Director, I'm sorry, Congressional Director, Mr. Daniel Carpenter.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a wonderful day, and someone told me that this is a town of individuals with African American heritage for the most part, and it reminded me of a little small town in Georgia where my father grew up along with his mother and my grandfather, and I swear, if they could see this, they would think y'all were the Rockefellers. Because I'm telling you, Sandtown is still dirt poor, and there's still a lot of us around there. And this is so wonderful to see. Before I make a few comments about what I want to say, I just want to tell you how lovely this setting is. I don't know how to play golf, but I swear, I'm going to get me some golf gloves and come out here and help dig up this golf course. Because I just feel like I have to be there. I'm going to try to come out here and learn how to hit a golf ball. But let me tell you how important it is for citizens to be aggressive about what they want. Because if you ain't aggressive about what you want, I guess we all would be someplace down in the South on cotton plantations right today. But a simple thing as getting a zip code for a postal station and to having that station identified as basically the area where you live, because this is heaven sent. This is a marvelous place. And y'all ought to be proud of yourselves. I swear y'all ought to be proud of yourselves. So let me tell you, in case y'all don't know it, Congressman Davis is not your congressman. I just want to throw that in because I almost got lost coming down here. And as I know, the 7th Congressional District of Illinois don't go down through here. And I just kept driving and kept driving, and I got a gas guzzler, and this hurts. You know, come all the way down here. But I finally got here, and I said, well, man, these folks sure live good. I want to come down here all the time. But let me tell you, when I got started with this, I've known Congressman Davis for 35 years, almost ever since I lived in Chicago. And I'm not much more than 35 years old. That's a big lie. But we got together, and I watched his political career, and we've done a lot of work together. We've worked for each other. But the important thing is that Congressman Davis is probably one of the best public servants, bar none, in the United States. And I'm just so proud that we grew up being buddies. I went to his wedding, he went to mine. So it was starting with our local postmaster about trying to get some insight into how we might go about it, because even though I had worked for the post office at one point in my life, I didn't really know how they got around to determining how you get a zip